Welcome, traveler. You must speak the ancient words to... Nah, just messing with you. You ready to play some D&D?
There's a new musical called Hamilton.
Loved it.
I did.
Welcome to the party and this episode of D20 The Curtain, where Oklahoma Theater Geeks hit record and explore our new addiction to Dungeons and Dragons. How's everybody doing?
Good.
We are not throwing away our shot.
Ooh, that was
go.
good. Nice segue.
Let us introduce the crew. I'm Jerome. I'm your Dungeon Master.
I'm Timothy, and I play Allie.
I'm Kara, and I play Nesrin.
I'm Kara with a mouthful of food, knowing my turn was coming up to
Yeah,
I'm so sorry. As soon as I took that big bite, I was like, why did I do that?
Because it's Kara.
She's our Brad Pitt.
Get her some shrimp.
I'm Jennifer, and I play Eula Reed.
I'm Jared. I'm Jaide.
And I'm Jody, and I play Lapis.
And we want to welcome back our guest player and our friend, Miss Susan Riley.
Hi, everyone. I'm Susan, and I am playing Mira.
Mira.
Yay!
Susan, I have a confession.
What's that?
I listened to your voice acting reel,
Oh, did
and
you?
I thought it was amazing.
Oh,
Yes.
Yay. Well,
Yeah.
thank you. That's
You're so
awesome.
talented. I was blown away.
Wait, did you listen to the character one or the boring
The character
professional?
one where you just get all the characters,
I wanna listen
and
to that.
I thought it was brilliant.
Yay.
I made my kids come listen to it. Sorry, I got excited and fangirled.
We're going to get to our game in just a few moments, but first we have a few announcements. What do we got in terms of shout outs, folks?
We want to say a big thank you to Burton's Nanny for their lovely review and feedback. I had a nanny fanny joke, but I won't tell it.
Yeah, we can't say Fanny.
Because this is a family podcast.
I hope you're the kind of nanny that doesn't spank too much fanny.
Oh, man.
When are you going to tell the joke?
I'm wounded.
You had to feel that coming.
You can smell it. And I'd also like to shout out Mr. Fantastic. Mr. Fantastic, thanks for joining us on our adventure. And hey, you're not a noob anymore.
Yeah.
Yes.
Join us.
We want to say a big what's up to all of our community in Virginia. There's a growing audience
my
out there.
God.
We thank you guys for
Yay.
continuing to listening to us, as well as the folks who are listening to us in Ireland.
Oh, my family's from Cork.
Yay!
I have Irish blood.
Pubs and Ed Sheeran.
Yeah.
Lucky Charms.
That's not Irish.
Never mind. Take it back.
That's not Irish.
Sorry, Ireland. Well, we've got a lot of adventure ahead of us. Let's get to it.
Let's do it.
Meow.
Let's bring the curtain
Oh, you put
up.
in the Qatar.
Sorry.
When last we met, Allie, Nesrin, Eula, Jaide, and Lapis collaborated with Mira Oberon to infiltrate the camp of the Cult of the Dragon. Disguised and accepted as members of the cult, the party is scattered throughout the camp and is able to learn much about the cult, including its leaders, captives, and plans to resurrect the five-headed draconic goddess, Tiamat. Rescuing Jade's teacher, Leosin Alanthar, and Mira's parents, the party narrowly escapes the camp and returns to Greenest Keep. Relaying what they've learned to Governor Nighthill, the party vows to return to the camp, intent on securing proof of the cult's dark dealings. But before they can return to the camp, the party seeks to fulfill a series of errands, which include Mira parting ways with her parents in order to search for her sister with her new companions, Lapis meeting and procuring the services of a blacksmith called Thomas, Allie and Jaide delivering the recovered financial reserves to the authorities of Greenest, and Nesrin and Eula acquiring a few new horses as well as a familiar steed for their travels. With the sun rising and their task completed, our extended party meets again at Greenest Keep before making their way to Hillgarden Farm. What would you guys like to do?
Anything else here? Can we go home?
I'm so tired.
Me too.
I think we're ready to go.
Well, then let's go home.
Mira, you're going to get to see our family home.
Let's go.
As you all start to make your way on the kind of bridged road from the keep, you are met with a large carriage, kind of in the center of the road. On the side of it, the carriage itself is a large emblem. It looks like a sunrise on a large green field with colors of rose and green and gold painted aside it. The carriage itself stops just at the main gates.
Would I recognize the logo or emblem at all?
You would. This is the emblem of Lathander.
All right.
When the carriage passes by, I turn my head to the side and kind of avoid it a little bit.
Would I notice her reaction to the carriage? Because I imagine if
I was going to ask that too.
Make a perception check.
10.
Just out of curiosity, are you trying to
14.
hide this, Eula?
18.
I'm trying to be subtle for sure.
Make a deception check.
Well, this will be a straight roll. That's a 6.
Ooh.
Okay. You both take note of it. You notice this shift in behavior in Eula.
Is the windows in the carriage itself open? Like, can you see
They're
people
covered.
in it? Or covered?
However, the carriage itself has stopped in front of the main gates.
I'm going to kind of pick up pace if I'm not already near Eula, and kind of quietly, just to her, say, maybe those are your friends.
Might be.
You're not going to say hello?
I'm very tired. And I'm
Oh.
ready to go home.
Okay.
Do we believe her?
Make an insight check.
So much skepticism.
20.
Ooh.
I'm very tired and I do want to go home. And I also don't really want to see those people.
Okay.
Maybe we can visit them later. What do you think?
You bet, Nessie. So shall we go home?
I turn around and I kind of rise up on my horse and I wave and I say, Eula says hello. And then turn around and continue riding.
The carriage is opened. There is a footman who opens the carriage and is escorting what look like robed figures, because you continue to move. You're not seeing the detail and who they are specifically. It's hard to tell whether or not they particularly heard what you said. You guys continue on your travels, making your way past the road proper and into the fields that lead further south and towards your family farm. The sun is rising in the sky now. It is a big, beautiful, sunny morning. Laborers and merchants have been awake for hours and already selling their wares, as you've already seen, picking up horses and having your weaponry repaired and sharpened. But they are going about their business as they make their way towards life post this raid. It takes you roughly about an hour and some change before you start to find yourselves on your horses making your way towards the familiar farm that is Hillgarden.
It's always good to be polite, Eula. I mean, how long's it been since you've been there? Maybe they're here to see you. They do know about Mother, correct?
First of all, Nessie, I don't really think you of all people should be lecturing me on how to be polite.
Well, maybe I'm not always the best at it, but I do try to use proper manners when it is required of me. And
Do the rest of us overhear this conversation?
Yeah,
I think as you're traveling on horseback, there's not much way to have the conversation and not be vocal enough that everybody could hear it.
I've fallen asleep.
On your donkey?
Yes.
They're gonna fall off
All
that
right.
donkey.
He has a horse.
He has a donkey or a burro.
The horse is traveling behind because he specifically said he wanted to travel on the donkey.
I wanted to use the donkey.
Okay. Just do me a favor.
I'm riding alongside Jade, just holding him up with one.
Jay, just roll a d6
Okay.
for me.
3.
Okay.
You're falling off.
The donkey is traveling behind the other horses, and you, leaning forward. And as you do, the donkey is sort of veering off and not following directly behind the rest of your party. It's taking you on quite the little excursion. So every once in a while, I would imagine that somebody in your party has to come back and kind of herd the donkey towards where you're going.
Okay.
That would be me.
Oh, thanks, Lapis.
Yeah, I got your back.
In the words of one of our favorite people, you got the screaming head nods.
Well, Nessie, a story for a story. Where's that horse come from?
It was a gift.
She's a beauty.
Yes, she is.
That saddle makes it seem like she belongs to someone else.
She belongs to me. I assure you of that. She was my only friend at one time.
What's her name?
Carwin. She's a little wild sometimes, but deep down, she's quite loving. She seems to like you, Eula.
Yeah. So, I thought we had a similar story. This isn't my horse.
It's not?
I had to come see Mama fast. I had no other way to get here quickly.
So you took it?
Yeah.
From your church?
Yeah.
Is that why you've fallen out with your god?
Some, I suppose. I didn't really fit in there, guys. They're very proper, fancy, and solemn. I don't like that much.
Sounds more like a church for me.
Yeah.
Except for the solemn part.
Thanks, Allie. Honestly,
they were all pretty bitchy. I don't know, Nessie. You might have fit in pretty good.
Maybe. They might have made me the head priestess.
They might have. You do look good in red.
I look good in every color. But beyond that, Eula, I just want to say to you, thanks for getting Carwin back for me. And honestly, if your god's mad because you took a horse to go see Mama, I don't think that's the kind of God that you've always talked about. So I think you know that he's probably not that mad at you about that. Unless there's something else.
I'm just finding my way. Just finding my way.
I think we're all kind of doing that now, aren't we?
It feels like it.
I suppose we're all orphans again, huh?
That feels pretty familiar too.
Well, I guess we have each other. Right, Allie?
Right.
Right, Jaide?
The donkey is doubled back and is basically making a little circle around itself.
He's a good boy.
I go get the donkey.
I'm just on the back, kind of whimpering to myself.
Jay.
Dream.
Mira, are you and your sister like this?
Not quite. I've never seen anything like this before in my life.
We've been apart for a really long time.
Is there anything else I need to know before we head back to your place?
Well, I've made a god mad. Nessie inexplicably has a fancy horse.
It was a gift.
Jaide is asleep on a donkey. Allie, you got a deep dark one to share?
I've got nothing.
I hardly believe that. We all know that you're the master of secrets, Allie.
Do you have nothing to share, or do you just have nothing?
I have my family.
That's like a small step up from nothing.
It's what I have,
Yeah.
and it's all I'm going to take.
Lapis, how about you?
I have everything I need.
You know what sounds good?
Dinner?
Yeah.
Maybe we can wake up Jade and he can make us a big breakfast.
Probably still sitting on the table. I don't think he's ever washed a dish.
Keep it to yourself, Terrell. Keep it to yourself. As you arrive at the farm, you can't help but notice, Mira, a pretty well-worn home, but comfortable and cozy, warm. In front of it are the remains of a pyre. ashes surround it. It still smells of burning while it's completely extinguished. You also notice, all the rest of you, that a front of the house, the porch, there are small trinkets, some flowers, empty milk cans, assortment of handmade dolls. It's a small gathering, but in fact, as you're arriving, you saw that a small girl delivered something to the front of the pile, left it at your porch, and then was helped up on the back of the horse, and the two ride off.
Do we recognize them?
I was gonna say,
Allie, you would not recognize them. These are, there might be a chance for Lapis to recognize them. Make a perception check.
13.
You recognize them as locals. You've seen them around the farm, particularly the little girl. As you recall her seeing you and gasping when she got close enough to see your face. He's a widowed father, and they have on more than one occasion been delivered milk and cheeses from the farm when Seraphimia was alive. You remember taking one parcel to them yourself.
After everything this town has been through, they still came here to pay respects to Mama.
She was a hell of a woman.
Yeah,
Your mother was well loved.
our mother was indeed. Can we go look at the pile and I just want to take it in a little bit.
Sure. There are a series of cans, different size pails where milk has been delivered, all of them written on. Some saying travel well, some saying thank you, some with small copper coins in them. And in any case that you find copper coins, you always find two. They're in pairs. You see fabric-made dolls stuffed with hay, many with faces drawn on them. Proportionately, they seem to have short arms, legs, and torsos.
They're little halfling dolls.
You even find pieces of parchment rolled up in bottles. How much do you investigate this stuff? Make an investigation check.
3.
That's it.
You look at it there.
I have tears in my eyes. I'm very touched. I think it's beautiful.
I've dismounted and I'm taking the horses into the barn, and I'm not really paying attention to the items.
All right. You notice that the door is open.
Barn door's open.
It is unlocked. Or the latch is not down. The door itself is open. As you would you like to continue inside?
Yeah, I'm going to go in and put the horses up and
you
check things out. And if I notice that there's a latch, I'm going to do a head count of the animals.
As you make your way into the barn with the horses, you hear movement in one of the far stalls where the horses are kept themselves. A rather tall, broad woman works shoveling in the stalls. Oh, well, that's good news. I was worried. I thought maybe those horses would run off, but you got them. That's good. That's real good. Hi. Good to meet you. I'm Sarah. We haven't met before, but I like to come here and look in after the animals.
Is it Highland's mom or sister?
I'll stop stereotyping everybody with a country accent. I only have so many voices I can do.
I was like, it's Highland's this family.
She's probably about 5'11". She's got a round, kind of warm, rosy cheeked face, dark curly hair, very short, however, kind of a little curly haired fro, if you will. She's husky, kind of sweaty, hardworking field hand clothes. But she's, shoveling up, and she comes in and immediately sees the animals, puts the shovel down and starts to, oh, good girl, you're looking real good. Oh, you got some new horses here.
I'm sorry,
Come on.
who are you?
Oh, yeah, I'm Sarah. Yeah, sometimes I come in.
Sarah, what are you doing in our barn?
Well, I don't know you, but, I look in after animals from time to time as Seraphimia's getting ill. So, I see to that.
Lapis!
And you would be?
Lapis.
Am I still on the donkey?
Yeah, I was going to say, have the rest of us?
I think the donkey
dismounted?
died.
Well, no one was feeding it.
Sarah was.
You didn't say you weren't, so I assume that all of the animals are in the barn with you just on top of the donkey.
When I hear Allie yelling, I go running into the barn, like ready to fight.
Oh, and she instantly gets like, it's good to see you again. These animals are looking good. Do you recognize her? Yes.
I do. And do I recognize her as like she is someone that is normally there?
She's been around here forever.
Is she afraid of Lapis or does she love her?
What do those stutters indicate?
I'm going to walk in with Carowin to bring her into the barn, kind of listening in on the exchange between Sarah and Lapis. And I'm going to kind of look over to Lapis and say, did you beat the shit out of her?
I don't pay any attention to Nesrin.
And she's and Sarah immediately starts taking the free horses and seeing to them, getting bags of feed. And she says, I don't get by here every day. I usually try to make it every other day. And of course, with all that happened in town recently, it was hard for me to get here. But, I come in, I check on things. I want to make sure that Miss Lapis is assisted. I want to make sure that
This is Nesrin. You can just call her Nesrin.
That works.
Yeah, Nesrin, Miss Seraphimia is looked after, and then Miss Lapis is helped in any way I can. Also, because your dungeon master wants to make sure these animals are taken care of, because you guys are fucking around here all day. But
Thank you.
That's why I knew she was.
I'm just going to gently stop Sarah's rambling. We appreciate it, Sarah. Thank you.
Your mother did good for this community, and I want to help her in any way I can and help you out. I didn't realize there were so many of you. I'd love to sit around and chat with you, but I definitely need to get to work on making sure.
Yes, you do, Sarah. Thank you.
Sarah, would you be available to come in more often? We're going to be on the road a little bit more.
I would be honored to look after these animals. I'd be honored, and I'll tell you what. If you wanted me to look after the house, I'd be happy to do that for you as well.
That would be very much appreciated, Sarah. Thank you.
I have to eat, I guess. But
I'm going to reach into my pocket
Apparently
and
there's
hand
food on the
her
table.
one gold piece
Over food.
and say, for your troubles while we're gone, and to make sure that you're fed and not on our animals.
And if there's any further problem, then I'll speak to the governor. I'm certain that they could help us put together a team of people to look after this place. Long story short, you guys do what you have to do, and I'll just look after this stuff right here. That'll be my job.
Thanks,
That'd be
Sarah.
great, Sarah.
Yes,
Thank
Sarah.
you. And
Thank you.
I exit the barn.
Fantastic.
All right.
And Sarah, if you need any help, you make sure and go to the governor and you let him know that Lapis said he would be more than happy to pay you.
Well, I'll do just that, Miss Lapis. I thank you so much. I mean, you're an exemplar. You're a real hero. Anyway, I'll get back to work, and you all, you have your time.
I'm just
Get back to the story.
I'm just grinning from ear to ear, nodding along with Sarah.
I whisper to Nesrin, just go. Just walk away. Just go.
Is Jade still asleep on the donkey?
I've picked Jade up.
All right.
Carried him out.
Just making
Oh, then
sure.
I'm gonna wake up and immediately look at Sarah. And do I know what the stuttering is? Do I know why that happens?
I think you've been around her enough to know. You don't know that it's a romantic interest, but it's certainly, and she's enamored of Lapis. I mean, talk about representation matters.
Mhm.
This is a hero for her, essentially. She's meeting Superman, man.
As soon as I wake up, I just look directly at Sarah. Did you see Lapis was here?
I did. I did. She looks like she's had quite the adventure. I noticed she's got shiny new weapons. I'd love to know what she's doing in life and just to follow her around and keep her
Am I just being trailed out as she's
Yeah,
talking?
I'm just walking out with Jade.
I'm just gonna wave.
It's good
I'm just
seeing
gonna
you,
wave as she's
Mr.
talking.
Jade. I can't wait to see. And her voice kind of trails off.
So nice to see you, Sarah.
Like she continues talking now.
I'm
she's
going to go kind of walk past Lapis carrying Jade and give her a little wink and be like, quite the hero you are. Mm.
And while all that was happening, I'm like, hey, Mira, want to see our house?
Show me around.
I will. And I'm going to show Mira the house and be like, this is where we ate dinner, and this is Mama's room, and this is la la la, and just take her on a tour of the house. And then in the tour, I'm going to turn around and say, hey, Mira,
Yeah?
have you ever stolen a horse?
No.
Okay.
Short quiz.
That's it. All I wanted to know.
You had one question. You got it wrong.
I mean, I almost stole yours for a moment there.
I stick out my hand.
I do the same.
I like your style.
All right.
I like your style, Mira, and I shake it.
Now we're bonded
Regulators, mount up.
Horse thieves.
for life.
Did you just say regulators mount up?
It was a dog night. Sorry. I'm gonna go seek out Ali and find him in the house.
Okay.
I'm gonna go tuck Jade in to bed and cozy
Aw.
the covers up, tuck the covers up around
And
him.
while she and Allie are doing their thing, I'll take Mira into mine and Nessie's room and set her up in my bed. You can rest here, Mira.
Oh. And where are you going to sleep?
I'll sleep on the couch. The chaise lounge.
Thanks.
Or I could sleep right here on the floor next to you if you don't want to be lonely.
I just want to make sure you're comfortable.
If you smoke like I smoke, you don't want to mess with this. So okay, me and Mira are bedding down.
Okay.
Slumber party.
You're going to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
What room you in, Ali?
I'm in the kitchen picking out the food on the table, just
Just
see-
been there for what, 2 days.
seeing what's there,
18 hours or something.
taking a little bite.
Looting the dinner table there, Ali.
Just seeing what we have. Jade's turned into a pretty good cook, even though it's 2 days old.
He's got a lot of talents I didn't know about.
Mm.
So, do you think that those people will be coming for Eula?
I don't know. They didn't really seem to be looking for her.
Just seems kind of odd that they'd be showing up at Green Nest. Don't you think?
Yeah. Greenest just went through a big trauma, so maybe they're here to help.
Yeah, that's when all the religious people like to flood in and help.
Yeah.
So, where have you been, really?
You know, been in Waterdeep for a while. Spent some time in Baldur's Gate.
Baldur's Gate, huh?
Yeah. Of course, it wasn't probably the posh places you were staying in.
Sometimes the nicest cages are made of gold, am I right?
I wouldn't know about those cages.
You used to tell me everything, Ali.
You said you wanted to go and live in my house. Yes, I don't have a house. I meant it. I have nothing out there. Everything I touched just turned to crap. You know where I was when I got the letter about Mama?
No.
I was in jail. And how does that look as the big brother to everyone? You know, I'm supposed to be the role model and someone y'all look up to, but I'm in fucking jail.
Allie.
Yeah.
You're always my big brother. And I always look up to you, and honestly, I'd follow you anywhere. Home, no home. Because you're the closest thing I have to that now. When I'm with you, I kind of feel like I'm home. And I haven't felt that in a long time.
I know. I feel that too. That's why I'm here and sticking around, because you, Eula, Jaide, Lapis, you're really all I have.
It's funny because when I found out about Mama, I was kind of in jail too. So I guess we are alike.
Yeah, but you sound like you were in a gilded jail. Gilded cage, you said?
Jail's jail, Allie. What'd you do to get in there?
Picked the wrong pocket. Conned the wrong person.
Didn't burn any barns.
How do you know about that?
Because I follow you everywhere.
You shouldn't idolize me, Ness.
You found me.
Yeah. But you got so much going for you.
I've got nothing.
You follow me, I will just lead you down the wrong path.
I don't believe that for a second. Believe me.
Yeah.
I'm not very good at picking paths. Last time I remember being very happy, really happy, was following you around these fields and pestering you and begging you to do things for me. You're my brother, Allie.
And you're my sister, Ness. And I love you. When you asked the governor about keeping a place for security or protection, is someone coming after you?
I don't know. But if they do, I'm going to be ready.
Okay. Well, you know you don't have to face it alone.
I'm learning that.
And it's not just me. Eula, Lapis and Jaide, they're going to be here for you too. Because that's what family does, right?
That and annoy the shit out of each other.
Yeah, you'd think after 6 years you and Eula could find a nice common ground.
I think we like horses.
Well, that's a start. We got to get some rest if we got to go back to the camp.
All right. I would like to hear more about you and what happened in Waterdeep sometime, though, okay?
Give me some time, but yeah.
You promise.
I promise.
Okay.
Go to bed.
Okay. Good night, Allie.
Night, Ness.
I give him a big hug before I head upstairs to Eula and I's room.
I hug her back. Pick up some more food and cross up to my room.
I go outside and sleep in a chair by the front door, outside the front door, keeping guard.
Okay. Lapis, make a perception check at disadvantage.
Seven.
11.
Okay, it's good to know. You guys are settling down for a long rest, which you can now take.
Yay!
That long rest.
And
Oh,
sleep through the morning for the most part. And though I am not asking anyone to leave the table, I'm just going to be speaking with Eula.
Oh. Ooh, that's in trouble.
You drift into a long, earned, and well-deserved sleep. The weight of the day finally releases. You hear the sound of familiar children laughing, the sound of cows. You hear the familiar halfling voice, and open your eyes to a bright, beautiful day. You're lying in a beautiful green field with the sun rising up through the horizon. You discover yourself wearing brown robes, and the sun's radiance is almost blinding, and it sparkles on the ground and in the air, reflecting rose color and green and yellows. In the distance, with the sunlight haloing his muscular frame, stands a golden-haired Adonis of a man. His arms are flexed as his hands cradle something in front of his chest, and slowly he starts to lift his hands into the air, and you see the form of an infant in his large hands, and he lifts the infant out of the shadow of his body so that the light cascades on this smiling, cooing baby. And as the baby ascends towards the sky in his strong, massive hands, you feel the robes around you melt away. And you look down in front of you and you see a hat, like the hat you wear every day.
I pick it up, but I don't put it on.
You pick it up, looking at this rich top hat, very elegant, very stylish. And as you look at it, you realize the light that was once flowing onto it has been overtaken by shadow. You look down at your body and see yourself as you are today. Your long coat blowing in the wind. This velvet, stylish coat that you've grown accustomed to. And as you notice that you are being overtaken by shadow, you see the figure ahead of you bathing in this beautiful sunlight.
I toss the hat away.
The figure smiles at you and beckons you with his head to come near him.
Is he still holding the baby?
He is.
Does he look like he's having like a Lion King moment, or does he look like he's about to dash the baby?
No, it's just this is kind of a lifting the baby into the light.
Okay, I'll move forward toward the man.
He smiles at you and waits.
I take off the coat. I toss it on the ground.
He reaches forward to you and extends the baby, the smile in his eyes and his face.
I take the baby.
You expect the weight of the giggling, cooing baby, and as you pull back, in your hand once again is the hat. And on your body is the long, velvety coat. And the sunlight is doused as you fall into shadow. And the face of the man falls. He puts his head and eyes down towards the ground. The baby in his hand once again. He turns and walks away from you. The sound of a horse behind you. And as he walks into the sunlight, your vision pulls back and away from this beautiful morning sun into the emblem that you recognize it to be. And in that moment, you wake.
Okay. I just have this feeling of, I knew it.
You look around, find Nesrin and Mira both sleeping peacefully, and look up to see that the sun is still out.
Get up. Take off my hat and my coat. And fold them up neatly and leave them on the floor where I was sleeping. And then I'm going to go outside and try to be quiet so I don't wake Lapis. And go sit out in the field under the sun and try to make my peace with my God.
I want you to make a Constitution save.
9.
You step outside in the noonday sun, and just as you do, flash! There is this moment where you see the entire dream again, as if played in an instant. And then you see, almost as though it's been pinpointed to you in this flash, that the light in which this Adonis is bathed is not the sun. There's someone behind the man. That image flashes, and it's so powerful and so visceral, it almost takes you to your knees. In fact, it does take you to your knees. You stumble and are winded by it. And as quickly as it comes, it's gone.
Does any of that wake me up? Does she wake me up? Do I sleep through?
Did you say, because you got a 9, you said?
I don't 11.
11. No.
Okay.
I walk outside and I am asleep.
You wake up?
I'm sleepwalking.
Okay.
And I walk out, I guess, close to where Eula is.
Does that wake me up?
I don't know yet. Let's see.
And I bow my head. My sister told me that this might work. So I'm asking you, please, to bring my family home. And I turn around and walk back inside and up the stairs to sleep by Mama's door.
I'm going to say for the purposes of this that it doesn't wake you up, Lapis.
Okay. Some guard I am.
Just, I saw that.
Failed that.
With that being said, Eula, do you go back to sleep?
I do.
Then that would be a long rest for everyone. It's just because it's been such a hard day. You guys don't even start to wake up until about 4 in the afternoon.
I'd like to be first up to go check on the animals and then see Jaide sleeping there, if that's possible.
Okay.
And I'll gently wake him up. Hey, bub.
Morning.
Couldn't sleep in your own bed?
No,
You okay?
I think so.
Okay. You hungry?
Yes.
I think there's some food still on the table.
Oh dear.
Come on. And I offer my hand to help him up.
I take it.
Let's go. And go out and get the horses saddled, ready for the next leg of the journey.
Okay, please say that at least wakes me up.
Well, I think by this point, people are starting to wake up. Yes.
At some point, I'm going to wake up on the porch.
Lapis is having dreams of Langdodrosa.
Just gutting him. Just gutting Langdodrosa.
Dancing in your head.
I'm going to wake up and see Mira and Eula and then say to them, do either one of you know how to braid hair by chance? I feel like I need a traveling braid.
I do.
Oh, God, thank goodness. If you don't mind, just before we
The
go.
warrior's
that'd be
braid.
Excellent. Please, thank you. All right.
I love it.
So I just want to make sure I get that braid before we get on the road.
The traveling break.
Priorities.
Got to be stylish for some travel.
This is important, Jerome.
All right.
This time I haven't showered or cleaned in like a week or two.
Okay. Totally up to you, Mira, but either make a survival check or a performance check. Whichever one you think is best.
Performance check.
Not a braiding hair check.
That's under special skills.
24.
Oh,
Damn.
she made my hair sweet. My hair looks big and dope.
Okay. It's very ornate, this hairstyle you've created for her. I don't know how practical it is in terms of a warrior and being able to keep it from being snagged on, but it looks damn nice.
I look at it, I'm like, Mira, you're a wizard.
Well, human, but I'll take it.
but like a hair wizard.
I gotcha.
It's less Princess Leia, more Queen Amidala.
And I come down and I'm feeling myself and I'm like, good morning, everybody. I think it's time to hit the road.
I look at her in just shock, stunned. Nesrin, are you going to a ball?
Oh, no, I'm just going to travel. And might I say, Lapis, you look stunning this morning.
Thank you.
I turn to Mira and say, never leave us, Mira. Never leave us.
I am so glad that we all went in and rescued Mira's family. I really like her.
I'm scraping the table off and I've prepared a new meal.
I eat that meal. I would like to note.
We all eat it. There's no leftovers, DM. Don't worry about it.
I think
No
everybody eats it.
I'm like, Jaide,
Give a damn what y'all eat.
Jaide, is there any chance though that you can make one of them omelets just with egg whites?
I scrape off one of the yellowed ones onto Lapis's plate and make you one with whites. Yes.
I grab the yellows with my hand, look at Nesrin, and shove them in my mouth.
Just a ray of sunshine this morning, Lapis. An absolute ray of sunshine.
Huh.
Well, that was delicious, Jaide, I tell you what.
Mira, it smells like Jade's made breakfast again. Should we go down and eat?
I'm starving. Yes, please.
Let's do it. And then I walk by Nessie and I'm like eyes wide, sort of skirting around at her joy. It's Slightly terrifying.
Good morning, Eula. And might I say that you are glowing as well? Is everybody ready for a long journey? Because I am. Woo, woo.
I lean into Eula
It's unnerving.
and whisper. I lean into Eula and whisper, I think she ate the tree sap.
Either that or she started drinking already. Either way, I think it's good for us.
Is this normal?
No. No.
Should I punch her?
No, leave her alone. Leave her as is.
She terrifies me.
Same.
I make sure to pull out a chair for Mira and give her a heaping plate of food, probably bigger than everyone else's.
Yeah.
And whisper to her, guests always eat more.
I thank you so much. And then I just dig in.
The afternoon is starting to transition into the early evening. And with your bellies full, you start to put your minds towards what comes after dinner.
Horses are saddled. Let's go and grab a handful of whatever food is left over and stuff it in pockets and head back outside.
I follow Allie.
I'm sure I've packed and repacked and packed and repacked everything that I have on me. I'm nervous at this point. I have no idea what's happening, but when I see Allie take food and put it in his pocket, I start sneaking it as well. A little bit here and there.
Can I see her sneaking the food?
Make a perception check.
Oh, that's a nat 20.
Oh.
Sure. You totally see that. So you're taking the food.
Oh, Mira, in this house, we don't have to sneak food. And I take one of the napkins and stuff a bunch of food in it and tie it up. And I hand it over to her. Especially when you have skills like you do.
Just so I know, make a survival check, Nesrin.
Oh, well, that is the complete opposite side of the coin. That was
Okay.
a natural
Good to know.
1. My +3 of survival would be a 4, but I think it's just a natural 1, so I don't survive at all.
Good to know.
Makes sense,
So
doesn't
now
it?
Mira has a pocket filled with eggs.
Mira, where do you put the napkin?
I'm just holding it
Okay.
out gently and thanking her.
To you, it looks fine. It looks perfectly.
Thank you.
Looks perfectly tied off.
No, I want it. I want it. I'm just filled with nervous energy, but I'm trying not to let anybody else know it. So I'm
Absolutely.
packing my bags. I'm recounting everything in my head, and I will gladly take anything that she's got
Gotcha.
to give.
Just good to know.
I go outside and saddle, and by saddle, I mean climb onto my horse with my riding cloak on and my fancy braids. And I'm ready to go.
I'm going to turn to Mira. Listen, Mira, I'm going to need some really intense braiding lessons. I'm going to need you to explain all of that to me. It's really important. It's perhaps one might say survival.
It's what sisters do.
I admire you greatly.
I understand.
And before we go, DM, I'm going to run upstairs and I'm going to stare long and hard. And I'm going to grab my coat and I'm going to grab my hat.
Okay. Good to know.
And I'm going to go downstairs and be ready to go.
I saddle my donkey. I'm saddling.
You
my
riding the donkey?
Oh yes.
You have a horse, my dear.
You saddle that donkey.
This is not about
Hey.
aesthetics or power here. I like my donkey.
What's the donkey's name?
It doesn't. I don't think it has one at this
Little
point.
donkey. Mama. It's also named Mama.
Everything's named Mama.
Anybody else? Anything else before you guys do whatever it is you're doing?
I'm all packed up, ready to go.
I've been on the horse waiting.
Yeah, I've been sitting there waiting on everybody.
Follow the crowd. I take one last look around nervously. And then hop
The
up
group's
on the
assembled.
horse.
5 horses and a donkey. You've found a note from Sarah that says, "I'll be back soon. Happy trails." What would you guys like to do?
Well, we know where we're going.
Let's head
We'll move in that direction.
towards the camp.
And I'll kind of bring up the rear this time and just keep my eyes peeled.
Taking the path that you took originally, traveling across the green fields, skirting the circle of trees where you saw the smoke from within inside it, making your way back through the pass where you were set upon by the rear guard, and then into the field where you could see in the distance the plateaus and ridges that make up the camp's original location.
So then you take this braid and pin it under here.
Yes.
Oh,
Use your other hand.
we've arrived. Is there smoke? Is there signs of life?
What do we kind of see upon arrival?
Yeah, I was going to ask the same thing.
Go ahead and make a perception check at disadvantage.
Everybody?
Just whoever's the person with the plan who's looking out.
We don't have
You don't have plans. My plans are going to get thwarted anyway. If it's perception, it's an 8 for me.
Okay. Just so I know that your marching order with Eula and what I'm assuming is Mira at the back. Are you at the front, Lapis?
Sure.
Okay.
I'll be up there with
Okay.
her too.
And that puts Jaide and Nesrin somewhere in the middle.
Sure.
Yeah.
You do take note of the smell of smoke in the air. It's strong enough that it doesn't require you to work really hard to smell it. You don't see as much movement as you did when last you were here, but then again, you were being pursued by a camp of very angry raiders and cultists. But you don't see at this distance any clear sense of activity.
Would the smell be considered like a pleasant burning smell or a noxious burning
And
smell?
go ahead and make a perception check.
18.
This smells like a couple of things were burned, maybe burning lumber, but a pretty significant amount of it, maybe burning leather.
But not burning people, right?
No, not burning. not
Okay,
burn-
that's what I was kind of
doesn't
looking
smell
for.
like- It doesn't smell like flesh burning.
Okay.
I'm going to motion Jaide to come up and meet us at the front.
I do so.
Any idea how we should proceed?
Where is the cave?
The cave was in the back of the camp.
I look to you, Lapis.
I know at least the location of the cave. We were close there. Perhaps I can go real quietly. Just take a look
I'd
around.
like us to get in unseen.
Since we've been guards before, can we be guards again?
We seem to have pulled it off the last time.
How closely was the cave guarded?
The cave was pretty heavily guarded whenever I walked past it.
When we were there, we were kind of part of the guards of the cave. So it seemed like whenever it was feeding time, it was quite the ruckus.
I call dibs on not being a prisoner this time.
I'm sure they'll be expecting us again.
But I don't think an approach to the front gate is necessarily the wisest choice.
I agree.
Maybe we can fall in with the perimeter or something. It just feels like they're probably far more alert than they were last time.
I hate to split our party up, but I think some of us are more gifted in the hide and sneak department than others. Perhaps we should look at different ways of getting to the same position.
I agree. I can handle the rocky terrain. So I would prefer to sneak through the back way.
I don't like the idea of anybody going alone, though.
I'll go with her.
I'm ready to be a guard again.
Same.
To sneak in, be an actor.
I feel like you might be really good at that.
I am not. So I'll be your prisoner?
Only for caught. I think we should try to at least be stealthy, slide in, and if something goes awry,
I agree.
Okay, before we separate, our goals are try to find the other prisoners and see what's in the cave
Find my sister.
and find Mira's sister.
Where do we want to meet when we get inside?
I say we meet at the cave.
Done.
I don't think anybody should go into the cave alone.
I agree.
All right.
Okay, I'm going to place my hand on Jade's shoulder
Okay.
and I'm going to say, the light be with you. And I'm going to cast guidance on you, Jade, since you're going separate from us. So you have guidance, which is for 1 minute. You can add a d4 to any attack or saving throws.
Oh, cool.
Eula, make a Constitution save.
17.
Okay.
I'm gonna look at Eula after she says that and just say, I know that at least sometimes that works.
Sometimes.
You say the incantation and ask for the blessing, and as you do, just for a moment, Eula, you think of your dream. You think of your image of this Adonis-like figure, and you wonder, but shake the thought from your mind. Gird up and provide him with the blessing.
Ali, are you going to disguise or go invisible?
I'll
again?
just pull up my cloak and put my hood up a little bit. So
How much more time will it take to get through the back way?
Make a survival check.
Damn, I'm rolling like crap today. 12.
Best estimate, it'll probably take you 10, 15 minutes to get to that perimeter and probably about 20 to 30 minutes to climb it.
Okay. Give us a head start then. I look at Jade and say, we should probably get going.
be careful.
We'll see you inside. Be safe.
Okay.
And I take off.
Okay. I would say go ahead and make athletics checks, Jade and Lapis.
Oh, come
Add a
on.
d4 to your first one.
Both of us or just Jade, right?
Yeah.
Just you.
Just me.
I have a 12
I have 16
total.
without it.
I'm going to get my other set of dice here in a minute. Dice aren't
You
wrong.
guys don't have any difficulty climbing the wall. It takes a little time. You reach the plateau, but from what you can see from where you are, it's considerably less active. In fact, by comparison, it's damn near empty. You do see a few folks are moving around in there, a series of gentlemen returning with food, moving towards the caves themselves. But just at a glance, this thing is considerably emptier than it once was.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't- I'm not quite sure what to do with that information. None of them can see us, though.
Make a stealth
I
check.
need my other set of dice for this. These dice are rolling like crap tonight.
Is that both of us?
Yeah, go ahead,
Okay.
both of you.
Oh, I have to roll stealth with disadvantage.
Ooh, that's a 22.
Damn it. 7.
Shit.
Okay. Far as you know, they can't see you.
Can we see the cave?
You can see where the cave entrance is.
Okay.
So we could see when they arrive.
When your party does?
Yeah.
Sure.
Well,
Then I say we wait here until they arrive.
I just do what I would assume is the equivalent of a thumbs up to
Okay.
Lapis. But it's definitely not. It's just a weird, like,
Gotcha. And the rest of you?
How sneaky are you two? I say to Eula and Ali.
Some days sneakier than others.
Well, I think you should put on the robe. And Eula here is going to be the prisoner. Agreed?
My name is Beverly,
Like the pancake house. Got it.
and I'm a chef. And you captured me while chefing.
A valiant capture.
Right.
Evil chef.
Took me down.
Yeah, do we have anything a little more than that? I just not sure if that's gonna. I say we ride in.
Let's just ride in on horseback with our cloaks on and just putting the horses up right as we come in.
It works for me.
Okay.
So you ride your horses right into the main gate. There's not a lot of activity that you're seeing. And what activity you see doesn't take particular notice of you at this moment. This group, make a perception check.
From our vantage point, can we see them? Can we see the rest of our party enter?
From your vantage point, you can see them coming into the main gate.
Already nervous.
I kind of clear my throat
I know.
and do it and make a little.
Look up here! Look up here!
Whatever the hell. I was like some weird bird.
19.
Also 19.
Ooh.
22.
You give the place a good once over. You can see a couple of things. First of all, this camp is abandoned. It's clear. You can see where they have burned most of the huts and low rent tents that were on this level. You can see the tracks of multiple horses, multiple carts, multiple wagons, all heading off in a variety of directions, although the main train would have gone off to the west. You take note of what looked like a couple of these hunters who are moving back and forth. In fact, that's about the only activity you see. The main guard tower at the front is empty. A couple of the hunters walk into the camp itself, carrying more meat, look up, see the group of you, kind of grunt, and then make their way back towards the back of start making their way back towards the cave.
I kind of whisper, I think this camp's abandoned.
I think you're right.
I think those are some people that are here, thus making it not abandoned.
Maybe they're just hunters.
Maybe they're feeding the hatchlings.
DM, did we see them actually go into the cave or just go to the cave?
You did not see them even with your perception check. You didn't see them go into the cave. It would be difficult to see it all in that level of detail from this distance, but you haven't seen anybody go in there.
They don't appear to have an obscene amount of meat or anything, do they?
I mean, you've seen at least 2 antelope and then a third arrive.
That's an obscene.
Okay. That's an obscene amount.
Did I hear Eula's call? Or, Nesrin's?
Dying bird?
Yes.
I would imagine.
All right.
I would imagine everybody heard it.
Then I just give a
Bird call.
as we descend the rocky mountain.
Well, but we could see them enter into the camp.
We could see, yes.
So, from where we're about how many feet roughly is the entrance of this cave
From you,
from me?
it's close to 200 feet, 220 feet.
And about roughly how far away is Jaide and Lapis from us?
Probably about 260 feet when you take in the height difference.
I'm going to nod, and I'm going to confidently make my way towards the entrance of the cave. Not running or just
With
very
confidence.
a confident swagger. My hair looks on fleek.
Okay.
I believe I want to follow her. Is anybody paying attention to us at this point? Are they looking at us suspiciously in any way?
I mean, they've looked up. They've
acknowledged
taken,
it.
taken note of you being there, but they're doing
They don't
whatever
care.
their jobs are.
Okay.
I've kind of gotten this kind of confidence air about me. You know, my hair looks good. I'm feeling myself. It's kind of I've been a lady before who's gave some commands.
Call them some names as you go by. Let's go.
Feeling it. I'm feeling it. Now I got my walking partner. Kind of got that like fresh in the club swag going on. I'm just kidding.
Walking in.
All right. So you guys are making your way back there. The men are working on their meat. They're cutting up the antelope. You realize as you're getting closer that they are secured it in these containers, breaking it down as much as it can fit in this container, and then setting the containers near the entrance of the cave. As you make your way past Mira, 2 of the 4 men going to look at you as they're returning back from dropping off a large container, and these are big, heavy, so it's taking 2 of them to carry them. Look
I'm
at
going-
you and just kind of grumble to themselves.
I'm going to kind of pause as I approach them and nod in recognition. This is good work.
Mm-hmm. Right. So then we're gonna get that and do.
How many shipments have you brought in so far today?
Quite a bit today. We were able to get a lot more once the traffic died down.
Have you been bringing them down yourselves?
Bringing what down?
The shipment.
We got our orders, Mum. We try to find as much meat as we can. Bring it back. We know what we're doing.
Of course. Is it Resme?
Resmir. Resmir. We're in the inner circle of Resmir.
I heard that name. Don't know much about it either way.
Well, I'll let you know that the orders that you're receiving, even if you're not aware, are coming from there.
Make a deception check.
Oh, that's a natural 20. Plus my 5. It's 25. Yeah. I'm feeling my hair.
Fair enough.
That braid.
Fair enough. We appreciate the work.
We appreciate your service. Would you say they're thriving?
They?
The cave.
He looks at the two of you. Don't know what's in the cave. Got one job. Hunt. Bring in meat. Cave's somebody else's deal.
Understood. I wasn't sure if they'd hired you for both services. I'm here to do a recon check on everything, and I appreciate you.
Fine work. Fine work.
Kind of give him a shoulder punch, like a little. Keep up the good work.
All right. As you're doing this,
confidently,
I need to check
God.
something right now. Give me 1 second.
What are you checking, Drew?
He's checking something for us. We're going to die.
Or we die. We're too young.
Her hair looks good.
She can't die.
Got that braid throwing shade.
Don't kill the braider.
Okay. All right. I got to make a roll here.
Oh, no. Awesome.
Stress eating over here.
That's a natural 20.
Oh.
Mira,
Mm-hmm.
Nesrin, you are having this conversation with the hunters.
Oh, Jesus.
They are cutting their meats. The rest of the party is still assembled back by the horses, and Lapis and Jaide are making their way down the plateau, climbing down. The men have been nodding and talking with you. And as you do, hands over your mouths. I want you to make a strength check.
Oh, you know what the answer's gonna be.
Is just happening to Mira or me too?
Both of you.
Oh, okay. Well, you know what we are, the weakest kittens.
Nesrin, that braid isn't working so much.
15.
6.
Okay.
6.
Gonna get messed up.
6. Yeah, that'd be a 6.
Mira, you feel this hand on your mouth and instantly start kicking, start moving, and slip out of the hands. Unfortunately, Nesrin is not so lucky.
To be continued.
Thank you for being a part of the D20 Curtain community. If you're interested in being a guest player or sharing some of your D&D experience, please let us hear from you. Leave us a voicemail with your questions, insights, and even your advice at d20decurtain.com. Keep up with the latest podcast news via our website as well as our social media platforms. And remember, plainly put, this podcast is about sharing this game that we are discovering with you. So let us hear from you. And until we meet again, please stay safe, have fun, be kind, and play the role.
That braid was like chum and water, Kara. They just pointed that thing
It's
out.
the braid.
He braided, I promise.
Tell me.
Stop going off by yourself.